ask everyone in here, I know we've got a mix. Kristen just told me before I came on here, we've got a mix of some freshmen, sophomores, through seniors, some different type of students. That's fantastic. I love it. Love the mix. I want to ask you, who here by a show of hands knows exactly what career you want to go into once you're done with college? Raise your hand. Okay, awesome. Now what I'm going to do is keep your hands up, keep your hands up, keep your hands up. I'm going to call on a couple of people here. Just shout out exactly what you want to do. What do you want to do? Surgery. Love it. Okay, what do you want to do? Beautiful. What do you want to do? Veterinary. You? Excellent. Okay, now we just went through what, 4 or 5 people, completely different places and niches, potential business opportunities, right? But we also saw, if you looked around, there's plenty of people who didn't have their hands up, right? Let's get the community going here for a second. Everyone that does not know what you want to do once you graduate, what career path you want to take, raise your hand, please. Come on, guys. Everyone should have their hands up that did not raise their hand for what job you want to go into. Okay, so I see some hands around. Now, what I want you to do here for a second, while you got your hands up, take a look around. Look around real quick. You're not alone. This is a big key. A lot of the times in life, especially in college, you might feel isolated, you might feel alone, because you're not certain of what you're going to do next. How do I know that? I sat in a very similar room that you guys are sitting in right here, listening to a speaker just like myself, nearly 5 years ago to the day at UCF, being inducted into the National Society of Leadership and Success. Now, I might have been inducted that night for the same reason that some of you here have chosen to be inducted. That night, I chose to join, and I took the extra steps necessary to be inducted into the NSLS because I wanted more opportunity and I wanted clarity on what the next steps would be. Now, here's the big thing that I learned that night. It was an amazing evening. I was very motivated, I was inspired, I was excited about the opportunities that were presented to me. But the biggest thing that I learned there was that I was already on the path to success. Every single person here, regardless of whether or not you raise your hand because you know exactly what you're going to do, or you're still unsure, you're already on the path to your success. Now, the NSLS did some amazing things for me, and I believe that it can do the same for you. See, I was a psych undergrad, right? Now, as a psych undergrad, there's a lot of opportunities that you can take. You can go in different directions. You can go into forensic psychology, which is what I was interested in. You can do clinical psychology, right? There is so many different opportunities. And just like we heard here from 5 separate people, there's tons of different ways in businesses that you can go into utilizing the NSLS to your advantage. And here's how I utilize the NSLS to my advantage, and hopefully we'll show you how you can utilize it to your advantage as well. Now, when I joined, I wasn't certain if I wanted to do forensic psychology. I was very interested in it, but I didn't know if it was the right step for me to take. Now, I wanted clarity. How do I get clarity? Through networking, right? Through accountability, through support, through reaching out to people that had answers to things that I did not have. Now, obviously, we have the internet that provides amazing answers, better than ever before. We have friends and family that can help us out, but sometimes you just need a little bit more. I'm guessing that's why some of you here today have actually taken the steps necessary to be inducted into the NSLS, so that you can create the opportunities that you see in your life, so that you can be the person to support someone else while also being supported by everyone else in this room. And that was a huge key. See, when I actually got inducted into the NSLS, one of the first things I did was reach out to my chapter president, just like Kristen here, and I asked her, do you know anyone in the NSLS, whether they're alumnus or in another organization elsewhere, in USF, UF, FIU, I don't care where, that happens to be a forensic psychologist that I could speak to? And I had the opportunity to speak to someone, and I got my first internship, thankfully, to the NSLS. Now, in that internship, what I learned was that forensic psychology was not for me, right? So, oh, that's a failure. Alex, why would you tell me about that? Why would you come up on here and say that you didn't find out what you wanted to do in the NSLS? In fact, it's the exact opposite, guys. It was the most rewarding experience I had, because it showed me that I know by creating the right network around me, I can find the answers to life's greatest problems. And you know what life's greatest problem is right now as a college student? Figuring out what's next. Everyone is focused on what's next. Your parents, your peers, your best friends, everyone wants to know, what's next? Hey, congrats, you got inducted into the NSLS. What's next, right? It's always what's next. Well, everyone wants to know what career you're gonna take, right? Some people in here already know, some people don't. Let me ask parents by a show of hands, who here thought they knew what they wanted to do, but then ended up choosing a different route? Okay, see, we've got some hands in here. So even the ones that are certain of what you're gonna do, just keep in mind, adaptability is a key. And you can learn adaptability by being in a group just like the NSLS. Now, I want to challenge you guys to do something tonight. Accountability, networking, support, opportunity, that's what the NSLS is all about. Look around this room for a second. Look at some of the faces that you have not seen before. Maybe you have some friends that are inducted with you here tonight. That's fantastic. But what I want you to do is I want to challenge you to reach out to 3 people here tonight. 3 people that you do not know, 3 people that will soon become your best friends, new family members in the NSLS, and communicate with them, support them, ask them questions, learn about them, become accountability partners. That's what the NSLS is all about. You guys chose to take the extra step here today to be here, right? As I said, if you look around this room, the entire USF student body is not here, correct? Some people are at home studying for classes, some people are out drinking, some people are at dinner. You guys are here for a reason. You took the extra steps necessary to be here today. That means every single other person in this room did the same as you. The same as you, the same as you, the same as you. These people are your peers. These are the people in this very room that can support you throughout your time left in college and your opportunities as you move on into your career, no matter what it may be. These are the people that you can ask the specific questions you need to. These are the people that will help you when necessary. I know that because I've been a part of the NSLS for over 5 years, and I've created those opportunities myself. Now let me ask you guys a quick question in regards to the NSLS mission statement, okay? We all know what it is, right? Building leaders who build a better world, right? Now, one of the other pieces of the mission statement that I love, it's actually my favorite piece of the NSLS mission statement. It goes as follows. It's a community where like-minded, success-oriented individuals come together and help one another succeed. So let's do another show of hands here, okay? Who here wants to succeed in life? I should see every single hand up. Every single hand. That's what I want to see. Okay, so the people that put their hands up, I want to ask you very quickly, how do you define success? Okay, so how do you define success? Tell us how you define success. Absolutely. Go ahead, how would you define success?
I feel successful when you're happy doing what you're doing.
Beautiful, I love that. How would you define success? Okay, lovely. How would you define success? Don't know yet. Okay, that's okay. How do you define success? True happiness. Okay, purpose, happiness. Anyone want to say money? Anyone want to say cars in their driveway? Anyone has something different to shout out? Feel free to shout it out. Anyone? Go ahead.
When not only yourself, but those around you prosper and become successful.
Beautiful. I love it, guys. Now, here's the thing. I just asked a couple people how they define success, and there was a couple similar answers. There were some people that differed as to what they believe, right? Now, what I want you guys to understand here and what I hope to impart to you today, and the main focus of this speech or so, is going to be not allowing anyone to define success other than you. So what do I mean by that? I want to tell you a quick story, okay? Now this is about my dad. Now, I grew up in a not very wealthy home. I wasn't poor by any means. We had everything we needed. 5-person family, 3 brothers, 2 mom, dad, right? Got it all, 5-person family. Now, I was the youngest of 3, so I had some friends who had nicer cars, bigger houses, more toys. They got to take the trips to Disney that I didn't get to take. And I was confused. I was a naive 10 or 11-year-old. What do you want from me, right? I mean, come on, let's be real. So one day I was walking with my dad. I had the gall to ask him, hey Dad, why are you not as successful as some of my other friends' dads? Now, I look back on that question as I was 10, 11 years old, and I think to myself, man, my dad could have been very upset at me at that question. He could have decided not to answer me. How dare you ask that question? Authoritative answer. But he didn't. He took it as a learning moment, and it resonates with me still to this very day. And I hope that it will resonate with you too. He stopped me dead in my tracks. He said, Alex, I want you to understand something right now. I am the most successful person in the world. I didn't get it. I didn't understand. I don't understand what you mean. I'm 10. I don't get it. I don't have all the toys. I'm not taking the trips to Disney. You don't have the 2-story house. You don't got a Lexus in the front yard. How are you the most successful person in the world? I don't understand. He said, listen to me, son. Success has nothing to do with the money in your wallet. Has nothing to do with the cars in your front yard. Has nothing to do with the size of your house or how many trips you take. I'm the most successful person in the world because I have a beautiful wife who loves and cares for me. I have 3 children that will do anything for me and are amazing people. I have an amazing family that loves me every single day. I have a great group of friends that will support me and hold me accountable when necessary. These are why I am the most successful person in the world. And to this day, that resonates with me. I will never allow someone else to define success for me. So every single one of you that had just told me how you believe success, keep that in your heart. Believe that forever. Do not let anyone else tell you what success is, because you are the ones that will define it forever. Forever. That is a big key here. Now, as I said, success here, it's not an arbitrary figure. Right now, though, you're on the roadmap to whatever success you're looking to hit. But I want you to understand, just because you're sitting here today doesn't mean you should get complacent. Just because you took the extra step and say, oh, I'm in the NSLS. I got that on my resume, got that on my CV, it's gonna look great for my job offers. You're right, it will. But that doesn't mean you get complacent now. Now is the time to take advantage. This is the beginning, not the end. This is the beginning, not the end. See, with success comes pressure. And you guys all know about it, right? Internal pressure, external pressure. The internal pressure right now is through school mostly, I guess. You've got tests to worry about, group projects that you hate doing because you're carrying all the workload trying to get a B when everyone else is trying to get an F. We know. That's what college is about. We get it. I understand. Stressing out because you're not sure if you're going to make it out on a Friday night because you've got a test on Monday, but then you realize, oh, maybe I should go out on Friday night and not worry about the test. There's a lot of worries, right? And then you might have the external pressures. Maybe you're a mom. Maybe you are relying. Maybe someone relies on you. Maybe you have another job because you have to make ends meet because no one's supporting you. Understand that there is pressure. I get it. I understand where you're coming from. And with more success comes more pressure. I'm not here to tell you that it's all going to be roses and daisies. But I want you to understand that you can accomplish what you set out to accomplish. Let me ask you guys a question here, okay? One more raise of hands, I promise. Just one more. Has anyone here done skydiving before? Okay, does anyone here want to do skydiving? Okay, cool, great. Got a lot of people. Awesome. Now, for those of you that have done skydiving, you know when you go up in the air in the plane and they open up the door for the first time and you're like, oh my God, I've never been in a plane when the doors open. Okay, this is freaking me out. I'm pretty scared right now, right? We've all been there. Yeah, now if you have not gone skydiving before, you can imagine the feeling. Trust me, you can imagine the feeling, right? Now, ultimately, everyone feels this pressure we're talking about in different ways. It's a physiological response in your body, right? You might get weak knees, your head might hurt, you might get sweaty palms. No, my palms are not sweaty. My stomach might hurt, throat, right? Your throat might feel all closed up. However you feel physiological pressure, it's okay, we all feel it. But I want you to understand what that pressure actually is, what that fear, what that anxiety, what that stress really is. Here's what it is, guys. Now, anyone that has gone skydiving will tell you, oh my God, most scary moment of my life when I'm looking out, and they're like, 1, 2, 3, woo! And then you go, right? But here's the thing. Right after that jump, it goes away immediately. The knees are gone, the sweaty palms are gone, the headache's gone, it's just pure bliss. I'm fine. I'm in the sky. I'm alive. No more fear, no more worry, no more scared. I'm there. But do you know why? Does anyone know why? Does anyone want to give a wild guess? Here's the reality, guys. Your body's physiological response to fear, anxiety, stress, pressure, that right there is an alarm. It's an alarm saying something right now is going to happen. Something right now is going to happen, whether it's good or not, we're not sure. I can't determine that, but I'm certainly going to let you know by sweaty palms, shaky knees, hurt stomach. But guess what? On the other side of that pain, on the other side of that fear, on the other side of that pressure, on the other side of that stress is life's greatest treasures. Why? Just think about it. When you take that jump, it's the most blissful thing you'll ever do. Right now, you guys are in the stage of stomach churning. You're in school, you're trying to figure out what's the next step, and you're worried about taking that jump. You're worried about making the next step. Don't worry. Do not worry. That's just an alarm. That's just an alarm. And guess what you gotta do? Turn it off, take the jump, and enjoy the bliss. Because every single time, life's greatest treasures will be on the other side. Every single time. So, here's the question though. How do you jump? How do you make that jump on your own? Now, in the skydiving scenario, if anyone's done it only once or twice, you're forced to do it with an instructor. So they don't allow you to not make the jump. They jump for you, right? So what about in a scenario that's not as serious as skydiving, but you're really nervous about a big speaking opportunity? You're really nervous about a big job interview, about a new opportunity that you're not certain of, but you know, I can nail this if I just get it right, right? You just need a little support. You just need someone to pat you on the back and say, you can do this. Do you know what it is, guys? It's the accountability that you need. It's the support system that you need. Now you're used to it. You're used to it. You ask your parents for help all the time. You ask your close friends and family, your brothers and sisters, the people that you rely on. Well, I want you to look around this room right now. This is your new addition to the family. This is your new best friends. These are the people that will help you make that jump. So please do not be afraid to make that jump. Take that jump and be excited about it. And whenever you get sick and whenever you're worried about it, just know the NSLS is there for you. They've got your back. They are your safety net. They are there to help you make that jump easier. Because behind it is what? Life's greatest treasures, guys. Every single time. Utilize what the NSLS is going to provide for you. Utilize this network right here. Do not take this for granted. Like I said, keep on grinding. Keep on trying for more. Keep on pushing and striving for your success. Now, the NSLS was really the first community I joined at UCF. And it was really the beginning that planted the seeds for my business that he was talking about earlier in terms of prospecting on demand. Now, I run an online mastermind for marketers and entrepreneurs, and most of what we do, a lot of it has to do with mindset and focusing on taking action, taking the next step necessary for you to be successful. Now, what happens is you realize soon enough, to be a great leader, which is what everyone in here is, right? Does everyone want to be a great leader? Give me a woo if everyone wants to be a leader. Woo! Okay, that's what I want to hear, right? Everyone here wants to be a leader. Now, do you know one of the greatest assets a leader can have? An A+ team around them. Everyone here can be your A+ team. The NSLS, not just the people in this room, but everyone in the NSLS can be your A+ team. You just got to believe it. You are not alone. That's why I asked in the beginning. It doesn't matter if you know what you're going to do or you don't know. You're not alone. Not just in this room, but the, 800,000 plus NSLS members last time I checked. Nearly 1 million people. Nearly 1 million people. Don't give up on your dreams when you get that sick feeling inside of you. Take the jump and utilize this support system that you have. Now, the one other thing I want to mention here is in regards to this idea of success and climbing the ladder to success and how the NSLS can help you defeat that notion. There's a myth that there's only a ladder to success, single ladder. In order to get up there, you got to throw other people off, step on their toes, step on their head, get out of my way. I'm ascending, you're descending. That's this competitive environment. Yeah, competition's great, it's necessary, it's part of business, part of life. but cooperation is much better. I like to believe that we're all climbing a mountain of success. A mountain, not a ladder. So if someone is a couple feet ahead of you and says, hey, if you go right, you're gonna be just fine, you'll make it, don't worry, you'll be okay. But if you go left, you're gonna fall down. Now if you go left and you fall and you stumble, that was your choice. You're still always gonna have free choice. No one's gonna force you to do anything. But if someone puts out an olive branch, if someone lends a helping hand, take it, utilize it. Just like I did to figure out that I shouldn't be a forensic psychologist. Just like I did to learn about every other opportunity I could through the NSLS. And guess what is even more important than that? Not just taking, but also giving the hand. If you so happen to be the person that someone looks up to ask a question, don't look down upon them and squish them like a bug. Don't tell me that you're climbing a single ladder and I can't help you. I'm climbing the mountain. Let me help you up. That is what the NSLS is all about, and that is how you become a great leader. Now, once again, guys, I want to challenge you to do one thing for me here tonight. Look around this room. Look around the people that you don't know. Don't cop out and make it so easy, guys. Come on, make it a little difficult for yourself. As you get inducted, reach out to 3 people here in this room, get their phone number, get their information. What's the biggest thing you're struggling with right now? How can I help you? You want to know the biggest thing I'm struggling with right now? Maybe you can help me. This is the way to create relationships, to be held accountable, to be supported, to be the leader that you want to be. If you mean it, do not fake it. Reach out to the people here today, and then more importantly than that, do it at the next meeting, and the next meeting, and the next meeting. And outside of the NSLS, do it as well. Be the person that you want to be. Be the leader you want to be. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid for someone to say, I'm not interested. Okay, on to the next one. You're the leader. You're the thought leader. You're the next generation. That is the big key here for today. Now, one more time, I want to thank you so much for having me here today. I sincerely appreciate it. Congratulations to all of you on this amazing, amazing achievement. I appreciate you all very much. Congratulations and have a very, very wonderful day.